All right, so I can promise you one thing. This video will put to rest all of the arguments, the debates, and conversations about which format of YouTube automation should you get into, especially as a beginner. And I will debunk every single myth. This will be a very, very detailed video going over everything. There's a lot of information behind these black boxes, by the way. And I will go over every single concept from minor to major, from micro to macro, so that you can understand once and for all which niche should you get into, which style and format of content should you be creating, and what you should be avoiding at all costs. And I can tell you right away, spoiler alert, it's not trending, it's not celebrity, and I will prove through a million and one different reasons why you should avoid it at all costs. And if anyone's telling you to do this, you can now use this video to make your own discernment, use your own discretion based on data and facts and evidence that you wouldn't have otherwise had as a beginner. So don't want to waste you guys' time. I want to get straight into it. Who am I? Why am I teaching this? Why am I credible to talk about this? I've been doing YouTube automation for the last 6 years on a professional level. I worked with over 1,000 people. I have way too many results and testimonies to post on here. You guys can actually just Google my name. You could check my link in the video description with hundreds of more testimonies you can go through. That's not the point, guys. I want to go straight to the meat. Why you should never create celebrity or content or viral content for YouTube automation. Why? It makes sense to go for it, right? There's so much demand. There's always trending stuff happening. There's always drama happening. So why not create content? There's enough room for all of us. Sure, with that perspective, it makes sense. But when you look at the data, when you look at this in an analytical perspective, it doesn't really line up. So let's just first start from the beginning. What are all the formats of content that exists out there right now for YouTube automation? Well, there's 4. There's search-based, right? So search-based is essentially how to do this, how to set up this. So channels that are literally posting every single day. And if you really, really, really want to hit this one, like if you want to compete in search-based, you need to be doing, this arrow should be over here. You need to be doing between 3 to 10 uploads per day minimum. Because the guys that are really doing this thing, right? They're doing 122 uploads per week. That's literally between like 3-minute videos to 6-minute videos, how to download Google, how to use Apple Maps, how to set up an account with Binance, whatever it is. They're just how-to videos. These are search-based content that'll literally last in the algorithm forever. They're always there. People are searching for them. They're only showing up if somebody searches for them. They don't really show up in browse or suggested or anything like that. This is a really cool way to build a business on the side, or it's one format of building a YouTube automation channel. It works. It's incredibly difficult. It's incredibly challenging. If anyone's telling you to go down the search-based channel, just be very aware of what you're getting yourself into, because they are so challenging to create. So I wouldn't advise this one. I would never put a student into search-based. It's just not the right way to go as a beginner. The next one is trending, right? So trending is like this celebrity-based content or anything that's revolving around a specific topic, but the trends around it. So urgently creating news or videos around the news and updates that are happening in said niche, right? So for today, we're going to talk about celebrity because it's the most popular one. It's the most, talked about niche that everyone goes into is celebrity, right? So we're going to talk about what my opinions are about this and how it works. The next one is evergreen, right? So videos that have been posted and will forever essentially get traffic, right? So you can post it once and it'll forever get views. A video like this, a documentary about ancient civilizations that was posted 2 years ago, has had 8.5 million views and is still getting 484 views per hour to this day, years and years later, right? They're still getting thousands and thousands of views every single day, even though the video was posted years ago, right? So this lives and breathes as a digital asset that lives online that continues to compound income over time. And that, in my opinion, spoiler alert, is the best way, in my opinion, again, to do YouTube automation. Everyone has their own ideologies of what to do and what works best. This is mine, right? This is my own principle system. It's how I built my businesses. So I've helped hundreds and hundreds of people build theirs. So again, anyone can come here and argue it. That's fine. This is just my own professional opinion, and it's served me and my students incredibly well. So that's just what I say, all right? And the last one is called ever trending. Many of you guys don't know what ever trending is. This is kind of an okay place to be. Something like how to set up a Christmas tree. Not a good topic, but just in essence, right? So how to set up a Christmas tree is an evergreen topic. It'll be forever interesting, but it'll have specific peaks, right? It'll have peaks and troughs. So essentially it'll go up, it'll go down, it'll go up, it'll go down. When does it go up? Well, every single December. Every single December, it'll get a bit of an increase, a little bit of boost, a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a boost, right? Because it's ever trending. So it's trending every once in a while, or it has seasons where it's trending. For example, even TV shows, right? Specific TV shows that you do series 1, the first season, sorry, and then another season comes out that all of a sudden pushes your previous videos up a little bit because there's a lot of search traffic for that show, right? So you can kind of get boosts of content, boosts of views, because that content is kind of forever being regurgitated through the internet. It's kind of relit through the algorithm. So that's another really interesting one. Again, don't really necessarily promote it or talk about it or anything. It's just an iteration of of evergreen-based content, right? So now that we have the basics out of the way, let's go straight into the meat of the topic. All right, so why would you want to avoid trending? Why? Like, there's a million reasons why trending is good, but there's a gajillion reasons, like a billion reasons why it's bad, right? So number one, the difficulty level is don't even try. That's just my opinion. Again, this is strictly tailored towards beginner to even intermediate. Like for basically majority of the population, trending is not going to work. It's just not going to work. And I'll talk exactly about it, like why. All right. Number one, here are the factors of success. You need incredibly quick speed to implementation. And all these things here, all these points here will be talked about in obviously a lot more thorough detail. All right. The next one, you need clickbait. You need to understand clickbait on a very, very deep level. Okay. Volume, huge. Consistency, which is obviously a byproduct, and then parallel adjacent factor to volume. Deceit. This is a big one. We're going to talk about that one. High cost association, right? High barrier of entry. Winner's mentality. You must be able to eat poop. All right. I'll explain this. It's a very big point to touch on because most people have no clue what they are getting themselves into until it's too late, right? And so on and so forth. So let's just talk about the first points, like go one by one, and I'll explain them thorough, right? So the first one is speed to implementation. You must identify a winning viral topic the moment that it happens. So you need to be up to date, getting literally live push notifications of things that are happening as they're happening. Not only do you have to see the topic, you also have to be able to discern whether this is going to be a viral topic or just another piece of news that's just going to fly under the radar. That's a skill set that you have to build over time. That's not a skill set that you were born with. All right, you may assume this sounds really good. People are definitely going to be interested in this. Soon to realize you post that video, nobody cares. Maybe you even posted that video and it was a great video. You just didn't package it correctly. Not the right title, not the right thumbnail, not the right video, right? You didn't edit it correctly. Something could have gone wrong. There's so many micro factors, micro variables that can go wrong with celebrity, and you have no time to adjust. There's no live optimization because once it's out, you're expected to basically be having the perfect iteration of success right away, the perfect video right away, because you don't have time to move it around. It has to be posted then as soon as possible, and it either has to go somewhere or it's just not going to go anywhere. With Evergreen, you can really you can test hundreds of different thumbnails, hundreds of different titles over the period of it being live and have that real active optimization feel where you can keep on optimizing until it triggers and goes into the algorithm, okay? Now, from there, you must have a very strong team, systems, and assembly line to go from idea to execution to posting. There's an assembly line that's required for success, okay? You have to, first of all, have the idea. That idea needs to go into the implementation, having your team, right? The scriptwriters, voiceover artists, video editor, thumbnail. All that needs to be done instantaneously and has to be posted as quickly as possible without making any mistakes in the process. That is a very advanced strategy, very, very advanced strategy. It's not for the faint of heart, and it's definitely not for beginners, right? So again, I'm going to keep repeating this whole thing about beginners or not for beginners, right? Like, not that people haven't made money in celebrity, not that some beginners haven't made money in celebrity. I'm not trying to say that, right? But for the vast majority, they're not going to make it. I'm telling you a million and one reasons why. We're going to touch on the statistics as well, okay? If you haven't posted your video the same day or maybe even the next day, consider the video dead in the water. All of your effort, all your money, all the intent is going to be gone. Video after video after video. Okay, that's just how it works. Moving on, we have clickbait. All right, celebrity channels require an advanced level of clickbait. If you don't understand clickbait, not just understand it, but know how to implement it. Everyone knows what clickbait is, but the skill set that's necessary to apply that philosophy actively into a celebrity channel requires a very deep, very comprehensive level of understanding when it comes to clickbait, right? The people crushing it have serious understandings of human psychology and use it very, very aggressively, right? It's just how it is. And you're competing with the best of the best. When you see these channels, you're like, wow, this celebrity channel is making 5 million views a month, 15 billion views a month. There's so much potential here. There's so much viewership. Guys, they're using advanced levels of psychology, deep, deep levels of psychology, big teams, all right? And years of understanding. Next one, volume. If you are planning to post 1 to 3 videos a week and hope to succeed, you are dead in the water. There is no chance that your channel posting 1 to 3 videos a week, which is, by the way, what I tell my students to post, give or take 2-3 videos a week. If you're trying to do that, which is, by the way, the most manageable and realistic volume of uploads as a beginner that you can do per week, to ask a brand new beginner to start YouTube to do 1 video per day is like essentially planting failure. You're starting off with failure. Very, very, very minimal micro percentages of people will be able to do that correctly and sustain themselves over a long period of time. It's just not going to happen. I've worked with over 1,000 people. I know how people are, right? There's way too much friction. It's way too complex. We'll talk about the factors, okay? You require in celebrity to do at least 1 video per day minimum. An optimal amount is 2 to 3 per day. If you really want to succeed, especially now, if you really want to compete with the other channels that are posting 3 to 10 a day, right? You are at the bottom of the ocean. You're in the deep end with the sharks when it comes to celebrity or trending, okay? Next one is consistency. This plays on with volume, right? But here the idea is that you must not stop. You cannot stop. You need to continue being consistent. You cannot just post and then slow down, maybe a week or 2, take it off, and then go hard again, post 2, 3 videos, 10 videos, 15 videos, take a break. You can't. Why? Because you have to keep posting. Since all of your videos will die, they're all trending. Trending videos do not last. They're not staying in the algorithm. They're there. They either are dead in the water from the get-go, or they get pushed into the algorithm, get a surge of views, and then they die again once that topic has been overdone. Either too much other content has gone in and flooded the market of information. Now all of a sudden the addressable market has gone down because everyone's seen that topic. Yeah, that's usually how a video dies, or it just doesn't get traction to begin with. So since all of your videos are going to die, they all have an imminent death, you cannot stop posting. Unlike evergreen content where you can post once and 5 years later you're still getting views on that same video, that philosophy does not exist when it comes to trending, right? There's no trending videos that ever keep getting views. It just doesn't happen. Maybe 1 in 3 million videos somehow stays in the algorithm, meaning all your videos will die eventually, meaning you don't actually have a passive income business. People do YouTube automation. It's a passive income business. Yes. If you do search-based channels or evergreen channels, trending is not passive. It is a completely active business model. If you are not posting, you are not making money. If you stop posting, you stop making money. There's no argument there. Now, deceit. This is a big one, guys. I'm going to play some controversial cards here, but it's the truth. And I'm not speaking based on theory. I'm speaking based on experience, all right, and practicality. In order to get views, you must manipulate the truth. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what anyone says. There's maybe 1 in a million celebrity channels that are not lying and are getting a ton of views and making a bunch of money. 1 in a million. Is this a blanket statement? Yes. Does it apply 99.9% of the time? Yes. This is the truth. This is the God honest truth. The next channel that you're competing with will lie. And the one next to them will lie even harder. And the one next to that will lie so hard that they will steal all the views from all of you. And so what do? You're pushed against the wall of choosing your moral compass, your principle system of saying, I want to run an ethical business versus I'm thousands of dollars into this project. I'm not making any money. This guy is spending the same as me or maybe even less, but he's lying on all these videos. He's manipulating the truth. And that's capturing more attention than my videos. So the only thing that you're left with is to lie more, to deceive more, to get more views. And if you have morals, end up compromising your moral system to get views, to make money. It's awful. I know this sounds crazy. Many of you guys maybe didn't think about this, but when it comes to celebrity and trending, most viral videos are based on deceit. They're white lies, bold lies. They're deceiving, they're slandering the truth, the people, just to get views. So there's two factors here, right? You ever heard of misinformation? That's one. Disinformation is the second, and these are horrible in the face of YouTube. So YouTube has also changed their algorithm recently, by the way. They're always continuing to adapt their algorithm, and it just went through a huge refresh, huge refresh, okay? So now people used to rage bait, right? People used to cause a lot of friction on their videos, like intentionally upset people to trigger them, to jump to the comments, trigger finger, leave all their opinions and feedback. Because back in the day, a comment was a comment. Engagement was engagement. Positive or negative, didn't matter. It was all positive. Right? Now, everything has changed. There's going to be sentiment analysis, meaning they're going to analyze the sentiment, meaning the emotions that come through on your comments. If they're positive, it'll reinforce the video and push it higher. If it's negative, it'll push the video lower. So now this whole rage baiting thing is actually dead in the water as well. You can no longer rage bait. You must create content that is telling the truth, that's not deceiving, that's not lying, that's positive, or your video will be dead in the water. You'll wonder why. It's a good video. It's a great topic. It's trending for everyone else. Why not me? Because the engagement says that you lied to your teeth. That didn't actually happen. That person didn't say that. It didn't go down like that. All these negative comments, people are like, why are you lying? Why, all these things. It didn't matter before. You could have thousands of comments, people being upset with you. It wouldn't negatively impact your video. That's no longer the case. So because YouTube has very recently changed, literally like this month, they changed their algorithm where it no longer allows you to rage bait. Celebrity just got 500 times more difficult. The barrier of entry is now basically 0 for the average beginner, right? So this misinformation is false or inaccurate information that is spread often unintentionally due to error, misinformation, or lack of knowledge. I love to say these celebrity channels are doing misinformation, but they're not. They're doing disinformation, which is deliberately deceptive. It includes half-truths, misleading content that can be harmful even without malicious intent. The thing is, even though you're not maliciously trying to deceive, you are, because you're trying to obviously just collect as many views as possible. You're trying to scrape views off the internet by lying, right? By bending the truth, even ever so slightly. Half-truths, misleading content, right? To get those clicks. And that's just how it works, guys. Even look at this video over here. Like Justin Bieber breaks down over Diddy and Usher again, and you look at the thumbnail, use me like a doll. Guys, come on. Like, I don't follow the Diddy cases. I don't think this stuff happened, okay? And this is just one example of hundreds of different examples of, you see thumbnails, you see these outrageous claims. Diddy did this, and you see all these people that were not even involved in the case. Like, oh, he hurt me and he did this to me. It never even happened. There was like one small 1% of information that they used that was not even like relevant to the case, and they just made a whole video about it and blew it out of proportion to get views. And it works. I mean, they get tons of views, right? So that's the main thing. That's the main issue that I have right now with YouTube automation. It's like, with trending content. That's the main thing. So let's keep going. There's a little bit more information for it. The next one is high cost association. Like I said, you need 1 video per day minimum. Optimal is 2 to 3. The average video will cost you $50 for a full video. Okay, average video. If you post 1 a day, so times 30, you're looking at $1,500 a month. If you post 3 a day, which is even more optimal, you're looking at $4,500 a month. I don't know about you or the average person who's starting YouTube automation. You probably don't have $4,500 a month disposable to just dish out on this YouTube automation business model. Even if you did, $4,500 does not guarantee you anything. Just because you posted 90 videos does not guarantee that a single one will take off. If you don't understand how to actually package your content, choose the right topics, lie and deceive to get views, if you don't understand those or are willing to do those, you're not going to get views. I know lots of people that have posted 200 videos and never made any money, right? That's $10K they spent. It's the worst idea, right? And so let's keep going. More evidence, all right? Winner's mentality. You must have an ironclad mentality for this, or it will break you. This will break you, okay? For every 1,000 celebrity channels out there, 1 will be successful. I didn't count, but I've been in this for 6 years, all right? I'm pretty confident in this when I say it's pretty damn close. Why? Because celebrity is aggressively pushed by all gurus. It's the #1 choice next to finance, which is the second worst decision you can make when it comes to YouTube automation. Not that celebrity and finance are bad niches. I'm going to make this very clear. I don't want anyone spinning my words and saying, oh, this guy said it's the highest paying niches. You can make the most. Yes, 100%. I've had a student do $35,000, $40,000 in the first year of doing. Yes, we'll talk about that. Is there chances of making a ton of money? Yes, absolutely. Is the barrier of entry incredibly high and difficult for a beginner? Absolutely. Should you do celebrity or trending when you are a veteran, when you already have 1 or 2 successful channels, when you've been in the game for longer than 6 to 12 months and have systems and operations and a deeper understanding of the algorithm and how everything works? Yes, absolutely. Right? So this is specifically tailored to majority of the population because everyone is starting to figure out YouTube automation, that it works, or that's a great business model. They all want to get in. And they're like, which niche should I get into? And some other people on the internet are heavily pushing celebrity or trending. And so I'm just here to speak on an unbiased truth so that you guys can have facts, not emotions. Make decisions based on facts, not emotions. That's how business works. Do not be emotionally driven. Be factually driven. So I'm just here to deliver the facts. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? There are communities with tens of thousands of people. I'm not going to show them. I don't want to name anyone out here. It doesn't matter. All right. Everyone's has their own hustle. Everyone's doing YouTube automation their own way and teaching based on their experiences. I respect it. But the issue is there are communities with tens of thousands of people in them, all of them doing celebrity at the same time. That's millions and millions and millions of videos that are being generated every single month on the same topics. You're fighting against each other. All of them are manipulating the truth further and further and further to create more desire to click, more tension, etc. Everyone's going deeper and darker and more manipulative and bending the truth further to get views and compete with each other. You must be able to stick for this for a minimum of 6 months. Minimum. So when I said it's like $1,500 to $4,500 a month, minimum for 6 months, minimum, and you're still not guaranteed. Absolutely, definitely not guaranteed. My student hit $35,000 in 8 months. On paper, that was amazing. The reality was not that great. So yes, he made a bunch of money. That's fantastic. I'm very happy for him. He was very happy. He ended up having to sell the channel because it was screwing him up. Like he had completely have to shift all of his, like I said, his moral compass, his own personal, I don't know. He was a very straight up, very honest person. He didn't believe in lying. He was a very God-fearing man. But he had to do it. He had to go down that path where he was pushing the envelope a little bit further here, pushing it a little bit further here, and so on and so forth, until he would reflect and be like, my whole channel, the entire income that I've generated is all based on deceit and lies. None of it's true. None of it's true. And this is his channel. This is literally this one channel, 200K subscribers, Peeper. You guys have maybe seen it, maybe not. It's one of the biggest celebrity channels out there. Not biggest, it's up there for sure. It's done hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, all based on deceit. He actually had to sell his channel. He sold his channel as a new owner now, but he sold it because he was compromising who he was as a person to make money, right? So if you guys don't care, that's fine. That whole thing about morals and all that principle system stuff, if you don't care about it, that's perfectly fine. You can leave that out the window, but just don't neglect everything else I've said, right? So this is not a one-size-fits-all type of beat. So he made $35,000 a month in the first 8 months he's getting. That's fantastic. Now, I never actually let another student go into celebrity. I don't have any students in trending or celebrity because I just don't align with it. I don't like it myself. I don't want to be the reason that more people are going into this and it's spreading more falsities, more fake news, more misinterpretations, more disinformation. We already have so much garbage being created on YouTube. We don't need more. We already have so much manipulation of truth from the news and the government, all this stuff that's already being bombarded with us. We don't need more. Okay. I want people to create good quality content, make a bunch of money, make a living, have channels that are sustainable, that are going to last the next 5 to 10 years, income streams that they can actually rely on. They can quit their jobs comfortably without knowing that I have to post 15 more videos in the next 3 days. Otherwise, my channel goes to crap and all my videos are going to die and my income's going to plummet. All right. To each their own. To each their own. I'm going to show you guys just one quick example before we wrap up the video. I definitely recommend you guys stay just for this one. If you guys, by the way, stay until this point in the video, you are the people that are going to succeed, because if you can sit through one of these dry videos where I'm sharing my screen and talking over it like nothing, there's no special effects. These are the videos you need to watch and consume if you want to do YouTube automation. These heavily edited ones that are here to just entertain you and all these animations and stuff. Like I do some of these too, and honestly, I don't even like them. I'd rather just speak to you guys, speak the truth, right? Share what actually is working, what's not working. I have years and years. I'm soon to be coming on like a decade of doing this business. All right. So I've been in this game for a very long time. I've been hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars with this, so I really understand this stuff. So if you guys are here to the end of this video, congratulations. You guys are here for the raw information. You're here to do this thing seriously. You're here to actually seek the truth, right? And seek to understand versus just chasing the hype. Stop chasing hype, guys. You're about to invest time and money into this business model. Make sure you do it correctly, okay? So one of my students, Brian, he says here, New Year's post, all right, I started YouTube automation January 2023, not with me, with somebody else. He did it for almost 2 years. Then he found me in 2024, thanks to his buddy, Mike Scriber. By the way, his buddy also did very, very well with us, $27,000 a month in the first 5 months of starting. So they were both in a previous program. I'm not going to call names. They were both in a different coaching program. Both of them failed miserably. Mike came to me, made a bunch of money. That convinced Brian to also come. They were both struggling there, okay? He wasted 2.5 years of his life in a little over 20K in coaching, so paying other coaches 20K, and also it's actually close to $80,000 in video cost softwares, so almost 100K, basically 100K gone, all right? I'm using this example because he had a celebrity channel. He spent tens of thousands of dollars on this celebrity channel, finally got it monetized. He was about to get paid. He had a huge payout pending. And then all of a sudden, his channel got taken down. It got terminated because of misinformation. Literally terminated 2 or 3 days before his first payout. All those tens of thousands of dollars, all the months, all the time, all the energy he spent building that channel disappeared. The income that was pending disappeared, all gone. And he says he was done with YouTube automation, was going to quit. But then, like I said, Mike talked him into doing one more channel. Fast forward to now, okay? He has a channel that's monetized, exceeded 100,000 subs in 6 months' time, and is averaging $500 a day. Let me show you. So that was posted, by the way, New Year's, which is just a month ago. Since then, he's already had almost 80,000 subscribers. He has his 100K plaque. All right, he's done $82,000 in 6 months. And these are what his months look like, okay? So this is what YouTube automation should look like, all right? Where you build something that's long-term, that's sustainable, that when it says it's going to pay you, it's going to pay you, and you don't have to worry about YouTube ripping apart your income or ripping apart your channel. Because not only, let's say you make it past everything, all these stuff, and everything's okay. He was doing everything right, technically. But even if you're doing everything the way that you're supposed to be doing, it could still be taken away from you. We don't have channels taken away from us because the content we create is quality content. We work within the paradigms of the terms of service. We know what the terms of service are. We don't bend the truth. We don't work in the gray areas. We only do stuff that is actually going to work, that's sustainable, and all that fun stuff. All right. So that's basically it. If you guys are curious about what niche you should get into, because now I've made sure that you don't want to do trending, which I hope you're listening to this. If you're unsure about which niche you should get into, I'm going to post a video here or here. I don't know which side it's going to be on. It's going to tell you guys to watch, it's going to lead you guys to a video about the best niches to get into now in 2026. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to click the first link in the description. It's going to take you to my school community, which is going to, first of all, have a big group of people. There's like 15,000 members. It's a free course. We even go live, all that fun stuff. And if you want to work with me directly, meaning you don't want to go through all of the nuances, all the ups and downs, all the hiccups of normal business that you're going to have to go through with this YouTube automation business, and you want to work with me directly with guaranteed results, then just the second link is going to lead you to booking a call with us. You could book a call with my team, see if we're a good fit. And if it's something you want to do, I'd love to work with you. If not, I'll see you guys on my free content. I'll see you guys in the next video.